It's another day of football. I mean, it's another day for opportunities, another day to be better, another day to be great, another day to get at it.
Coach Callahan said that there is an urgency with this team to get better every day. Is that the word you would describe the mindset as right now?
Of course. He preached that every day, every morning, every week. And, that's the motto. That's the goal. That's the standard we trying to set. And, man, it's to everybody to be at their best. It's not about how you start, it's how you finish. So, man, we gotta keep coming out here and keep putting in the work and keep stacking those days and accept the criticism when needed.
You talked to us before about the desire to clean up some of your technique, get rid of some of those penalties from last year. A week into training camp, how do you feel comparatively?
I feel good. I think I had one penalty so far, and I plan on keeping it at that one. And so far it's been great though, man. The receivers, they've been giving me great looks. Kudos to those guys. They be working their ass off, and it gets me better. It gets me in a groove, and it's Imono and Imono every day, and I can't ask for nothing better than that.
You talked about a sense of urgency. Coach Callahan was saying how, before you know it, preseason games are going to start in the regular season. I guess he was very intentional about you cannot take any single day for granted. Why is that the case?
It's a short time. It's a short period of time. And every day is critical when, we getting a step closer to the regular season. I think we get on the road in a couple of days. So you see how fast the switch can change and it can get that fast. So, man, in a couple of days, we're about to be going up against another team. And, from how we is now, we want to see, what's the standard and how would we look against another team. And, we want to go up there prepared and playing Titans football. And that's, hard-nosed, aggressive, and disciplined.
Are you against Ridley, the marquee matchup of this camp in terms of one-on-ones?
Of course. It's always Imono. He's the vet out here. So, I try to get in front of him as much as I can and just get those gems, man.
How have you done, you think, in one-on-ones in particular, but overall against him?
I've been great. You win some, you lose some. Like I said, man, he's a great player. He moves great. But, I try to get the best out of best. You're going to lose some, but you always try to win more than you lose. And so far, I think I've been doing that. But, it's been Imono. It's been 50-50. And, man, I'm going to keep looking forward to keep stepping in front of him and getting those great reps.
Jarvis was curious, with Jarius being out, what's the expectation kind of for you and this room as a whole? Maybe how involved has L'Jarius still been throughout this process?
L'Jarius, he's been there every step of the way. He's always in the room. He's always right there next to him. He's on our hip. And making sure that, we're doing the things right. He's liking what he see out there. And he's still a vet. He's still a vet in the room, man. So, we still look up to him, man. He's done great. He has a lot of experience in this game. And, he just makes sure, that we get up on our knowledge, our gems. But, man, it's been great. But, like I said, without him being out here, man, it's just a challenge to step up. And all the guys, we have to step up. And, the younger guys, it's time for them to come on, and put their big grown man pants on. But other than that, man, it's been great. Everybody has been handling adversity well, and they've been stepping up to the challenge. So, man, I look forward to it.
I think by anybody's definition, I would say you're a dog. You like having that label?
Of course. It make you feel good about yourself. It shows that I plays with aggressive technique, and it shows that it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I ain't gonna be the one that be eating. So
How important to have dogs on a team?
Great. You want to have all 11 dogs on the field with you, because then you got that mentality, and there's nobody that can stop you. When you feel like that, man, then your confidence is out the roof. So, man, to have a bunch of dogs the same as just you, man, it's a wonderful feeling.
Who are the other guys on the list on this team?
You ask me?
Yeah.
Everyone on our defense. You can't play for the.
You gotta give me some specifics. I'm giving you number one.
You giving me number one?
I'm giving you number one. Who are the rest?
I gotta go with my D line. Gotta go with the Sweats, the Jeffs. Gotta go with Hook. I gotta go with my two linebackers, Cody, James. Like I said, man, Denard Peach, aggressiveness. Dog, grit. So you can't play on this defense if you ain't got no grit. So, man, if you on this defense, you got to be a dog.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, practice is always 10 times harder than games, or at least that's how it usually feels for the most part. And having against a guy like that every day, on top of Arden and all the other guys we have here, we get a nice variety of pass rushers here to work against. And I'm lucky I get to experience all that, and it can only help us moving forward. It's just part of what you do, you change it up, you set an expectation, bam, you throw it, because you just never know what's going to happen in this league any given day. It's a great way to work mental toughness, get going, and it was honestly a great day today, and no worries about it.
You've obviously been around a lot of coaches. What's it been like kind of adjusting to Bill and maybe what you're preaching here?
I mean, it's been good. I feel like I truly have learned how to do every style of O-line play known to man at this point, given all the different types and teams I've been on. But, Bill, he's known, he works hard, and we've been moving out there. And, yeah, it's different from stuff I've done before, but it's been a great new challenge, and it's been really cool, hearing some things and thinking of things differently.
I hadn't had pads all along, and you got some joint practice coming up, but just based on how the group's done so far, you like what the O-line's been able to do as far as opening up holes, what you've done in protection so far?
Absolutely. Like you said, it's only been a couple days. It takes a while to get your balance back, get your feeling back, get, your joints working again. But, for a few days in, we've been doing some good things, and, we just got to keep growing and getting better every single day. And before you know it, it'll be pretty special.
Urgency is kind of a buzzword that's being thrown around here a lot. How do you feel about this team's sense of urgency, the way they attack the days?
I mean, I think, we've taken advantage of every day so far, getting out here right away in the mornings, taking advantage of the meetings, learnings, installs, bang, 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 we've been on top of it, throwing it in, and people have been, knowing their stuff. So, it's a good thing, getting all that done. Now it's just, putting it all together out here and getting that timing together.
What's been the main thing that you've wanted to accomplish for yourself the first couple of weeks of camp?
I mean, first me, it's always, just getting back into the swing of things. Like I said, it doesn't matter that you're 14 years in, football is football, and it takes time, to get back into the swing of things. And, obviously with Coach Callahan is moving, it's going well. So, getting back into it, and, let's just get better every day and roll.
Was it weird seeing Detroit on the field last night on TV?
I mean, it's always weird when, one of your former teams, but it was awesome watching the guys. I was watching it, cheering on, all the guys I played with last year, and it's pretty cool, Man,
I think the biggest thing is, when you think about going into a game, you got a game plan and everything, but not everything is going to be on the same script or everything is going to be on schedule. So sometimes you got things planned on the schedule and people are like, all right, this is how it's going to go, and then you got sudden change. And so you got to be able to know how to react and how to be able to respond. Just like if there's a pick that's thrown or we catch an interception or there's a fumble, it's like sudden change and you got to go get ready. So I think that's kind of what today was all right, it's sudden change. It's not going to be a jog through the day. We're going to put on full pads and we're going to go. How's everybody going to respond? And I think everybody came to practice.
Okay, and that kind of leads me to my next question. The buzzword around here has been like urgency, sense of urgency. How do you feel that the team has kind of embraced that?
I think we're starting to embrace it. I mean, obviously, we're a really young team, and so I think having a sense of urgency is something that's going to be able to help us a lot. Whether it's being able to slow down on offense or go no huddle, all those things are going to be able to help because we want to be decisive with everything that we do. And so I think we're starting to do that. I think we got a really good defense out here. And so there's a lot of looks that we're going to get with this defense that we're not going to get when we play other teams. And so I think all those things are helping us when we go back to the classroom, being able to have those conversations so that we won't make as many mistakes.
Is that kind of the reality of maybe some of the growing pains of an offense in training camp, trying to figure it out?
Yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, I think this is one of those type of defenses that you're starting to see a lot more of. The Ravens kind of started with it. Now we have it here with the Titans. The Seahawks have it. The Chargers have it. And so it's kind of those looks where you go too high and you don't know if it's going to go down to one high or stay that too high shell. And so with some of the things that we're game planning and trying to work on, it's still trying to figure out how can we beat it, what can we do, what kind of throws should we want to do, what throws should we not do. So it's really all just a learning experience.
What do you see kind of your role as here with this team?
I mean, I'm going to just kind of be the vet guy, come try to make life easier for Cam and for everybody on the team, and whatever else they ask me to do, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Tyler, how have you seen Cam handle some of the bumps along the way, whether it was like the pick today or a miscommunication here and there? How have you seen his ability to maybe bounce back from those instances?
I mean, in general, I think in life there's going to be things that's happen that's going to be negative, and it's all about how you respond. And I think he does a great job just being able to learn through those type of moments and learn. And he already knows how to respond in in a way that's going to be able to help this team. And so I think, the best thing about it is he doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He stays level-headed, and he just plays through it all. And I think that's amazing because that's something that you definitely need as a quarterback is you need somebody who's just going to be steady the whole entire way.
You've gone up against a lot of corners in your day. How would you kind of describe through training camp going against guys like Darryl or maybe Jarvis?
No, I think they all been doing a great job, man. Like, obviously, like I said, I think they fit well into the system and everything that we're trying to do. They do a lot of great things whenever they're impressed, or even when they play off, they do a great job playing eyes on the quarterback. And they're really technique sound and technique driven, and I think that's going to help us out a lot just as we get ready, because you got guys that's going to be more physical, you got guys that's going to play catch, you got guys that's going to mirror, and so we kind of get the best worlds of being able to get ready for what we're going to expect when the season comes along.
One of my best friends back in the day, Tyree Cleveland, he always says a big play a day, so I try to just make a play a day and keep it at that, just get better every day pretty much.
What's your key to consistency on the practice field, especially when it gets to be the dog days?
Yeah, I think it's just, the mindset that you have coming in every day, knowing that everybody's doing it. Everyone's getting up early, coming in and practicing. So you just got to have that mentality, man. Just keep going, and that's pretty much it.
What does it say to you when a coach adds an extra practice?
Just they come out here and get better, and as players we saw it as just an opportunity to get better and come out here and compete, and I think we handled it well today.
Urgency is kind of a word that's being thrown around, a buzzword. How do you feel about the team's sense of urgency on a daily basis?
Yeah, I feel like we're trending in the right direction. I think there's always things you can improve and get better at, but I think the whole team has a sense of urgency, and always, like I said, there's things to get better at, but at the same time, we just take it one day at a time.
I want to ask you about Bryce Oliver.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him?
Man, Bryce is he's a great player. Me and him spent a lot of time in the offseason together, just training with each other, and Coach Shaw started a track team, so we were the assistant coaches, and me and him went to Knoxville together, so we spent a lot of time this offseason, but he's a great player, strong hands, saw some of his tape from last season, and he's going to be a great player.
Van, speaking of urgency, you talked a little bit in the offseason about showing what you can do in a new offense and a new role. What is your level of urgency personally to get back to the production you had a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think it's just working hard. Everything else will take care of itself. As long as I put the work in and I'll stay true to myself and stay dedicated and just really just keep God first and just do what I know I can do. Everything else take care of itself. I'm not worried about that. Just worried about come out here, compete with my teammates, and honing on the offense and the playbook and getting better.
I know you and Tyler have come in and tried to lead as much as you can, but does that get emphasized on a day where Rid isn't out here, that you vets really have to lead the way?
I think we just come out here and just give our 2 cents whenever they ask. At the same time, play this game and want to be helpful to the young guys as much as I can. And X and Alec and Chim, they're great players, and they're going to be great players in this league. So anytime I can help them and they want to communicate to me, I always do that. So, but I just kind of tell them, the days are going to get hard. It's going to be tough, and just push through it.